Today's video is about rounded corners and how you can nest a rounded corner inside a rounded corner. So if you are a UI designer, user experience designer, or a product designer, you might be facing something similar to this one. So we have a rounded corner and then we have another rounded corner inside that UI element. So today I am going to debunk some of the theories online like nesting, the math behind nesting rounded corners, and I'm not sure that some people call it concurrent or rounded corners, or it is basically how you have to nest rounded corners. So I'm going to share with you my screen now in Figma. So let me show you. Oops. Let's remove all the clutter and I'm going to zoom into this one. So this is basically an AI email generator. This is a SaaS AI module of an app I'm designing. Here we have the outer borders, which is actually, let me show you what are the outer borders. And then we have another border, which is inside. So we have two rounded corners, two rounded shapes that are, one is inside the other one. Now, if you look closely, if I click on this one, I have 12 pixel of roundness over here. And for the outer border, I have 24. So this is basically the general rule. Mostly the outer side will be more rounded than the inner side. So outer will be more rounded. So corner radius of the outer shapes will always be higher than what is inside that. So this is one rule. Second is that if we look at this page, it says that nested corner is actually the outer radius minus the gap between these two shapes. So this is you are going to calculate the gap. So I'm going to press R. So it is 24. So according to this calculation, 24 is the outer radius minus 24 is equal to inner radius. So inner radius should be 0 in my case because my gap is 24. So I don't think that this is going to be this is a very good formula, because if I show you over here, so this is the live version. So this is how you control the outer radius. So this is outer border radius. So you can see the inner one is changing. So if the outer border, you can see it is going into minus right now. I don't think that this is a good solution. So if the gap is too much, keep in mind, if the gap is too much between these two shapes, this formula actually fails in my opinion. So always trust on your visual perception that how much should it be. Okay. So right now, if I increase this, okay, this looks good. So if I try to increase the gap, it is going to look a bit odd. So what I did over here is I actually had like 24 pixel of gap. The outer one is 24 and the inner one is 12. So if I hide this right now, you can see, does it bother to you? Do you think that this inner rounded corner should be 0? So if I use this formula, this one must be 0, 24 minus 24, it should be like this. So this is not the solution. So always don't trust these formulas, always trust your visual perception. You are a designer, you are a user interface designer, user experience designer. You have to decide things like that. So just make sure that whenever you, let's zoom in and I'm going to show you, you can see over here, this is the actually roundness. So if I try to look closely, you can see this one is seems a bit less round and this one seems a bit more round. So let's try to see if I increase this. So I think 18 or 16 seems good. 16 is also looking good. I'm going to keep it at 12. So even if you want to reduce it to 8, it is going to still look good. So again, I'm going to go back to 12 because I'm using it in the whole app. Normally inside this, like you can see on buttons, I'm using 8 pixel of roundness. Okay. So this is the whole app interface. There are different screens. You can also see one more example. Let me show you one more example of this nested rounded corners and how to use rounded corners effectively in a UI design interface. So you can see over here, this one, I'm going to zoom into this one a bit. You can see now I have these buttons and there is an outer surface. So this is again the nested corner radius problem. So if I hide everything, you can see over here, does this corner radius border is bothering you? No, because I have visually aligned it with the outer borders. So if I zoom out, let me show you the values now. So inner one is 5 pixels and the outer one is, let's select the outer shape, is 6. So this formula doesn't actually work over here. So the distance between these two is 2 pixels. So it should be 4 inside and 6 outside. Am I right? Outer radius is 6 minus 2, the distance, it should be 4. So let's try 4 over here. Let's try 4 over here. Okay. So here we have the 4. For me, I think it is looking good. I think this formula works when the space is very small between two borders, but for me, I think 5 was looking more better to me, a bit more rounded, a bit more separate from the corners. So this is how you should always believe in your visual perception and never try to use formulas for your design work. Okay. So this is, you can see, this is a sleek design of an AI email app. And if you want, if you have a startup or something, like you can see over here, I'm designing, there are many screens. You can see over here, we have a whole prototype that actually works for this one. Let me see if I can play the prototype. And if you need a SaaS user experience designer or SaaS revamp or redesign of a SaaS app, you can always contact me. This is the email reply flow. Let's try to remove this. And if I click over here, this is how you can see, this is the hover effect of the buttons. And if I write a reply for this one, I'm going to go down. This is the reply screen. I can use AI for reply generating. You can see over here, negative reply, you want a positive reply, you want a custom reply, short, medium. So this is basically a whole prototype. So you can use data insight, click on generate ideas, and here you can see we have few of the emails generated over here, and it also scrolls like this. Okay, so this is a whole prototype of a SaaS app, and today's lesson was about rounded corners, how you can use nested rounded corners inside another rounded corner, and how to use it in product design and interface design. I hope you have enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video. Always post comments about it if you are struggling with it, or if you have any problems, if you have any tips, or if you want me to make another video on specific topic, just let me know. Okay, I will meet you soon in another video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.